In this video, we're going to talk about the median and find out how to find the median of a set of data. So the median is the value in the middle when the data is arranged in order. The most important part really is the in order part, because if you have a bunch of data that's out of order, taking the middle number has no significance. And 9 times out of 10, if students make mistakes on these median problems, it's because the data set is not in order. So you'll see it's step 1. It says arrange the data in order from smallest to largest. So we're going to do that first, and then we're going to select the middle value. And depending how many numbers are in the list, finding the middle value might look a little different. So let's jump into example 1 and we can see what I mean. So according to the Tornado Archive in the Lansing State Journal, this is a list of the number of tornadoes in Michigan each year from the years 2015 to 2021. And so we have all of these tornadoes. We need to first list them in order. So I'm just going to put them in order and cross them off as I go so I don't forget any. So we have 3, 8, 10, 3 16s, so 16, 16, 16, and then we have 18. And I always double count, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just to make sure I don't forget any. Okay, and then at that point, you just want to find the middle. And I know you can't see this on the video, but one thing you can do is take 2 of your fingers, so take, finger on your left hand and finger on the right, put one finger on the 3 and the other finger on your right hand on the 18, and then slowly move in. So now we're going to move for the 8 to the 8 and the 16, and then to the 10 and the 16 until you get to the middle. And this list has an odd number of numbers. So when the number of data values is odd, the median is the value in the exact middle. And this isn't something you have to memorize. You'll sort of realize that as you're going through. So there's an exact middle here. So 16 is the median. Now in the next problem, we're going to look at a very similar example. So we have a list of tornadoes here, but now we're going to add 2014 in there. So now we have an even number of numbers. So we have an additional number 14, but I'm going to start off, I'm just going to list them like I did before. So I have 3, 8, and then 10, and then 14, and then we still have the 3 16s. And then 18. And so now you're gonna stick your left finger on the 3 and your right pointer finger on the 18, and then you're just gonna go in one at a time. And as you go in, you'll see, 14 and 16, they're a tie for the middle, okay? So the very middle lands on 14 and 16. And so when you reach this situation, what you're going to do is you're going to take the middle or the mean of those 2 data values. And so that's what it says in this line right here. So if the number of data values is even, you're going to find the mean of the 2 data values, which just means add them up and divide by 2. So I'm going to take 14 plus 16, and I'm going to divide those by 2. You can also just ask yourself, okay, what number is in the exact center of 14 and 16? Well, it's 15. And that's what you get when you take 14 plus 16 gives you 30, and you divide by 2. You get 15 that way too. So you've got a couple of options. You can reason or use your calculator. So the median for number of tornadoes, if we include 2014, is 15. So notice it went down a little bit from the previous example. And it makes sense because we were in 2014, there were 14 tornadoes, which was a lower number compared to some of those higher 16 and 18 numbers. So that 14 brought the median down a little bit. Okay, so let's look at one more median example, and it has to do with the price of peanut butter. So if we have these prices, find the median price. And this would be a great place to pause the video and try this one on your own. And so we're first going to order all the numbers. So I'm going to take the lowest number, which looks like $3.29. So $3.29, and then we've got $3.59. And $3.75 and $3.79, $3.99, and then $4.25. And so I'm going to take, my left and right fingers, I'm going to start on the outsides and I'm going to work my way in. And then when I do, I get a middle which is just a tie. And I know that that's the case because I could have known that in the beginning, knowing that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 data values, which is even. So anytime I have an even number of numbers, I'm going to have a tie for the middle. So I'm going to add these up, 3.75 plus 3.79, and I'm going to divide by 2. So 3.75 plus 3.79, enter, divided by 2. And you get 3.77 or $3.77. So that's the median price of peanut butter at those 6 stores. And then just real quick, if you decide to enter this in or write this horizontally on your paper, just make sure if you want to put this all in one line in your calculator that you throw parentheses around those first 2 numbers. If you don't, then you're going to get the wrong answer. So I'll just show you real quick. If we don't, whoops, I must have done something wrong. Whoops, I found that. I forgot that 9. 3.75 plus 3.79, and I'm going to put parentheses around those. Just going back, I'm going to use the insert button, and that'll allow us to put in a parenthesis there, and then we can come out. Sometimes that's worth it, or you can just start over and then divide it by 2, and we get 3.77. So you can enter it that way too. Either one works.